How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and I am back with our Honolulu Hammerheads franchise mode, and today we are going to get through all of season number 5, I want to say it is. It's actually, no, it's 2022, which would mean 19, 20, 21, season number 4. So we're in season number 4 here, and hopefully, the start of season number 4. So hopefully we can go ahead and have a good season sim. I will be jumping in and out sporadically throughout the video at crucial deadlines and stuff like that. If I make a move, you guys will be the first to know about it. But I don't foresee us making a move with the roster we have. There's also no face cam in today's episode, as I cannot seem to get it to work properly. But hopefully by the stream that was yesterday, I'm going to be live on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So go ahead and follow me over on twitch.tv/Rybrad3097. Same as Xspot, you can find me as on YouTube. Link is in the description. Also, speaking of links in the description, Discord channel. Been very awesome to chat with you guys and get some advice on the channel. So that's been great. So let's go ahead and get started now, and we'll go ahead and view the lines before we jump through the season. I may at some point end up, if the sim's not working, moving Brock Besser back up to that first line with Josh Hosang coming back down to this second line. Brock Besser's a great fit for that first line. We still get a +1 on the second line. I just kind of want the +3 on this second line, as I feel like we could dominate some teams. Jason Dickinson with Bukestad and Burakovsky, I think, is a good, very, very good third line. I know it's only the +1 chemistry, but yeah, I'm going to focus more on overall than chemistry anyway. So defensively, we also have a really, really stacked squad, I think, defensively. Dahlin and Edler make up one of the best defensive pairings in the league, both Swedish, Gustafsson and Schultz, and then Fleury and Merrill down there as well. So I'm fine with this the way it is, the way it's going to be. Probably not going to see too much change. Maybe Fleury instead of Schultz there. Schultz is not a great fit there, but maybe we'll see if we want to put him there. But Fleury, at least at an 82, will move him down like that. And then in goal, we've got John Gibson, who's up to a 90 overall, which is absolutely spectacular for us. Thomas Greiss backing him up, who's been solid for us since he's been here. Scratch, we've got Bo Bennett and Jimmy Schultz. Jimmy Schultz is a 7th defenseman that I kind of just brought up just cuz. He fits the third line, but I don't foresee him playing, so you know what, we'll just go ahead and send them down now. But I think we're going to have a good season. I definitely think Lamiko actually plays, and Schultz goes down as well. There we go. Lamiko's on the 4th line. I actually didn't hide him up because I'm used to saying that because my face cam's usually on. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get through the sim here, boys. I'm probably going to go about a month, maybe a month and a half here to start. But if I make any moves, I'll let you guys know. But if not, I will catch you guys up when we get there. All right, guys, we are here at the end of November. October was a really weird looking month as far as the calendar. I mean, the first game of the season was October 16th in 2022. I don't know why that was. I don't know if that's just the way my game just randomly simulated and generated the calendar, but it was awfully weird to see the season not start up here in early October, but instead go mid-October. But we started off with a loss, bounced back with a win, and it was a pretty good. We're kind of, when we lose, it's like win, loss, but then we win and we get on a roll. As you guys can probably see, we are 14-7-1, so it was a good first month. This 4-game winning streak here, so 5-2, 5-3 in the first month, 5-4, and then we went 5-5, and I was starting to get a little worried. If I wasn't just gonna sim and hold myself to it, I might over tinker, and I think that's what this simulation has taught me, is that I should just trust my team and to not constantly make those line changes and hope for the perfect, win 10 games in a row, lose 1, win another 8 in a row, lose 2, something like that. So just, kind of pace myself. 2 wins for every 1 loss is a very good record. There's our only overtime loss there. We picked up a point, but then beat a team in our division, a bad team in our division, which is the Vegas Golden Knights. Win 2, lose 1, win 5 in a row, lose 1, win 2 in a row, and that brings us to where we are now, here at December 1st. So if we go ahead and take a look just to see who's leading the team in points, it would be Braden Point. He's probably killing it right now. I don't know how Hosang and Aginla are doing, but those 3 up there seem to be clicking just fine. I think I'm going to let it go another probably 2 months, get it to the end of January, get us up to the end of January here, before the deadline, about a month before the deadline. I think that's where we'll go. Probably not going to make any moves. I'll do my due diligence and check who's on the block when we do get to that, but RFAs, cool. No, not to trade for them, obviously. But if there's anybody on the block or somebody's wants to be moved. I'll go ahead and take a look, see if we can get somebody for cheap. Maybe a first-line winger instead of Josh Hosang. Somebody who's a bona fide number one winger. But I'm satisfied with how the team's performing. Brock Besser, we should check out how Brock Besser is doing, because it seems like I haven't seen him lose chemistry at the top at all. He hasn't come to me to speak about anything. So I'll take that as in he's happy with his role and he's happy with his ice time. And man, we just beat the Predators down pretty badly. But I think Brock Besser's happy with his second line ice time. And if he gets a +3, I think that's a very deadly second line. It's probably why we're getting so many high scoring games here. But I will jump ahead and check out the trade block. And if I have somebody to go after, I will. All right, boys, we are here now at the end of January. Point streak, I guess you could say, but a very big regression here as I started to cut the video. A bunch of losses in a row here. So, but I mean, 3 shootout losses and overtime loss. That's 3 points, but that's 3 points out of a possible 6. You would have liked to pick up a few more, but we do get a 5-0 shutout win there against a bad Winnipeg Jets team. So, we go ahead and take a look at our team. Brock Besser now leads the way in points with 59, helping us get 56 points in 48 games. Only 5 points behind the Sharks, 3 points behind the Flames. Still a bunch of season left to play for, so now would be the time to make a move. And if Brock Besser's killing it there on that second line, I think we're going to leave him there on that second line. Hoffman's killing it. Aginla's doing fine. Josh Hosang is fine, but our third line seems to not be doing great, with a -5 there and a -5 from Bukestad and a -3 from Jason Dickinson. Interesting to see that these guys aren't working. Maybe it's Burakovsky. I don't know who the problem child on that line would be. But a lot of penalty minutes there between Dickinson and Bukestad for third line ice time. Anyway, 3 power play points there for Bukestad, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll stick with just forwards for now. Hoffman is doing well, so that second line seems to be very, very good. Clicking with Rask, Hoffman, Besser. Gonna keep that line as is. Brock Besser, what are you? He's listed as a first-line forward again. He's now an 87. That's probably why he's killing it. He's probably playing against weaker competition. He's still getting 17.5 minutes a night. That's apparently just fine for him as a first-line forward. He may start to get unhappy soon. We'll double-check that. No, he's totally ecstatic with his ice time. Totally pleased. Love to see that. So Brock Besser is not going to move off that second line. If there's somebody I want to move, it would be Josh Hosang. He seems to be that weak link up there on the first line. Maybe move him down to the third line instead of Jason Dickinson. Would that work? And then Jason Dickinson can go play the fourth line, and we can get rid of Lamico. But I mean, the fourth line is not a problem. Interesting. So Hosang for Dickinson. So nothing changes there. Hosang is a very, very bad fit. I think it might be time to move on from Josh Hosang. We acquired him for practically nothing. He fits on the first line, but other than that, Hosang hasn't been too impressive. I mean, come on, okay. 32 points in 48 games is fine. He's playing 19 minutes a night, though. I have a feeling that maybe there's somebody out there on the trade block. I'll go ahead and flip through it quickly. But I'd like to move on from Hosang and find somebody to go on that top line. We'll go ahead and check out the AHL too. I'll do that in my own time. But I'm going to potentially have a trade or come back with just more simulation. So I was looking through the teams and what they wanted to give up, and Victor Arvidsson kind of caught my eye. He's an 85 overall. I know, only an 85, but it's still an upgrade over Josh Hosang. He fits the forward line one and the power play, which would be great. He is a sniper. He's not been great. I don't think the whole Nashville team's been great. And all it would really cost us is probably just Hornqvist, the medium elite goaltender. So we'd be able to save the medium elite forward for future trades, or if we wanted to do anything else with him. Then we can play around with where maybe Hosang fits best. Maybe he does fit on the third line. Maybe it would be best to capitalize on his value right now and move on from Josh Hosang. Okay, so he's got like no trade value. I was gonna say we could capitalize on him. I mean, we could get a guy like Stankoven for him, but like it's probably better off just keeping him for the rest of the season. So we're gonna go ahead and do Hornqvist for Arvidsson. Hopefully, let me throw in a pick here. Just I'd rather shoot for the stars, land on the moon, kind of thing. Detroit is also a very bad team. All right, and thank God I went ahead and did that because, well, we got the fourth in there as well, and we've gotten a quality player in Victor Arvidsson to help us out. He is going to hopefully, let's see, Lamico, scratched. You know what? Let me just do best lines and I'll fiddle around with it and come back when I have something. So guys, here are the new and improved lines. I have just went ahead and made Iginla a left winger. I also just noticed that he's now high elite. I don't know when that happened or when it, wow, his shot is ridiculous. I don't know when it happened, but he is now high elite. He's absolutely balling out this season. He's point per game, but he's got 33 goals. Braden Point feasting off of that with the assists. And now we've got Victor Arvidsson up there as well. Hopefully he doesn't take all of the goals away from Joel Iginla, but oh my god, Braden Point's passing and offensive awareness is ridiculous. But Arvidsson is definitely an upgrade, especially since we get the +3 now. Over Hosang, who's now chilling on the 4th line because, well, I'm just not impressed by him. That leaves us options with the bottom 6, but then we still got our 2nd line, which looks great. Burakovsky, Bukestad, and Dickinson get to remain. Actually, that line wasn't exactly working, so let's go ahead and swap Hosang and Burakovsky there because maybe it's Burakovsky's fault. But we'll just check the 4th line here. Hopefully it still does well. It wasn't doing great, but I am pleased to report that Hayden Fleury has jumped to an 85. I noticed that while I was messing around with these lines. But Schultz and Gustafsson were a big old plus, and our top line is obviously a plus, so maybe Schultz now on the 4th line will be able to help out. Special teams still got the +5 with Iginla, Point, Hoffman, Edler, Besser, and then Arvidsson, Rask, Hosang, Burakovsky, and Dahlin. Those are 2 deadly power plays. +5 on the first one definitely helps. Second, the power play here, or the penalty kill, wow. Hosang with Stevenson, let's flip that, and then Dickinson and Sorelli. It's fine, it's a +1, and these guys are some guys that need some ice time so that they don't get mad. So there we go, those are the lines. I'm going to jump, I think, to the deadline, see how the team does, and then if we don't do anything at the deadline, I will just live sim the way out with you guys. All right, this is something crazy. Victor Arvidsson just complained to me about his ice time. Like, take that up with your previous management because I'm about to put you on the 1st line, my guy. You're going to play a lot more than 15 minutes a night. I'm agreeing, and I think you should be playing more. I promise. Yes, yeah, no, he's going to be on our 1st line, but I just found that funny that he's going to complain to me about his previous issues. I guess maybe you could say, like, I didn't feel like I was playing enough where I was. Don't put me in that same role. I mean, I guess that would make sense, but I can't believe that he actually just came to me and told me to play him more. But there we go. So I told him, I gave him my word that I'm going to play him more because obviously he's on our 1st line and our 1st line power, or 2nd line power play, I think. So hopefully he's happy. Oh, and now he wants to complain too about how he's playing. So I persuade. I think I'm confident in your abilities. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I guess he just wanted to chat. In the Nashville's GM just had a closed door policy. I have an open door policy. So come in and talk to me whenever you want, especially if you keep getting us 5-goal wins. Okay. And apparently I broke my promise. I definitely am playing you more than that. What? Oh, okay. The team comes first. I'm glad that we solved that. What the? Victor Arvidsson is a problem child. Now I can see why they wanted to get rid of him. He just is never happy. I play him more, and he's like, you didn't play me more. And I'm like, yes, I did. Because he's definitely playing. All right, you know what? When we get to the deadline here, we'll just go ahead and I'll keep talking, and we'll keep live simming now. We'll just check out how many minutes per night he's playing here in Honolulu and whether or not he deserves to complain about his ice time. Man, I was just thinking that the Nashville Predators being in the Western Conference, having to play Honolulu on a road trip would suck. Anyway, locker room chemistry's down, probably because Arvidsson's just complaining all the time. I'll tell you what's not going wrong is Brock Besser's point totals and goal totals. He is absolutely destroying any team that comes against him. 74 points on the 2nd line, Brock. Relax, bud. But we are in a very tight Pacific division, not very good across the league, but tight in our own division, as we are only 2 points out of the division lead. And we pretty much have the playoffs in the bag. It's just depending on the seeding now. But let's go ahead and check out the stats and real quick take a look at Victor Arvidsson and how he's done in his time here. Victor Arvidsson here is back to even. I believe he was a big old minus. Yeah, he was a -11 in Nashville, and he's already a +11 in 14 games. That is crazy. Only 8 points, though, which is a little bit disappointing. He's playing nearly 20 minutes a night, and I broke my promise, huh, bud? I broke my promise of not playing you more than 16 minutes. Yeah, okay, EA, just keep complaining to me with morale systems. He's doing really well, I would say. You can't ignore Brock Besser. Braden Point and Joel Aginla are both point per game. Joel Aginla's up to 43 goals now on that first line. Maybe Josh Hosang on that first line was doing well. Now he's a +7. I think he was always a +7. Burakovsky, Dickinson, Stevenson, Bukestad, Sorelli. Oh my God, those guys are all minuses. The only guy that was not a minus was Lamico. Defensemen, we have Johan Edler and Dahlin absolutely killing it. These two guys are just destroying it. Gustafson, so Fleury is a minus and Merrill is a minus. Maybe John Merrill is not the kind of guy I want. Schultz there is a +10, so he's fine. And then in goal, John Gibson, 907, 282. It's probably one of the better goaltending sims I've seen out of my goaltenders in my franchise modes. And then Grice at 918 and 234 is actually spectacular. Do we have any rookies? Okay, so nothing interesting to do here, I don't think. I think we're a good team. I think we're just gonna let everything settle in and we're gonna ride the sim, let it ride itself out here, and hopefully by the time we get to these last 3 games of the season, we're battling for something pretty intense. And I think I saw a game against the Sharks down there at the bottom, really close to the end of the season. Hopefully that game is meaningful and has actual implications on the line as far as who's going to be seated where. But 2 straight wins is good to see, especially in the fashion. An overtime win is solid. Not a shootout win, and then an 8-2 win. We lose to Nashville, who's a horrible, horrible team. But then we bounce back with 2 wins in 3 games, which is good. I'll take that. Central Scouting, cool. Don't really care. There's 3 straight wins. Calgary, that's another team we have to beat. They're at the top of our division here. We lose to the Canucks, who are battling for a playoff spot. And there we go. So we bounce back with 2 wins, 3 wins actually, against Ottawa, who is really good and loaded up. I think they got Nyquist. We beat them 9-2. Against the Islanders, we win 7-6, but then we lose to the Panthers 3-1 and a 5-2 win there. So if we take a quick look at the standings, we are 2 points above the Flames and, well, quite a bit above the Sharks, and Braden Point has taken off as far as points. He hopefully will finish with 100 points on the season. If he can get 5 points in these next 3 games, that would be fantastic. Against the Devils, he gets 2 points. You love to see it. We'll keep advancing a day. And then now we play the St. Louis Blues, who are a 94-point team. Man, did we take off in the second half of the season. I didn't think we were going to be above 100 points, but we absolutely killed it. If we go ahead, go another game here at St. Louis, we lose 7-6. Point is 1 point away, so he gets another 2 points there. Come on, can we get 20 goals and 80 assists? Make it super duper round, super beautiful. The Sharks really not fighting for anything. The seeding is pretty much locked up. We are the division winners of the Pacific. The Flames come in second, the Sharks come in third. And it looks like the Stars will be playing the Blackhawks. We will take on the Chicago Blackhawks unless we can catch the Avalanche and somehow win. Well, I don't think we're going to because they have 49 wins, but, we could always hope. Versus the San Jose Sharks, we win 3-0. Braden Point gets the 1 goal he needed. He finishes with a beautiful 20 and 80 for 100 points on the season. We finished with 105. The Coyotes finished with 105. The Avalanche have 1 more game to play. The Avalanche finished with 106 as they lose in overtime to somebody. I'm not too sure who it was, but that's not that important. They lose in overtime to the Flyers because it was going to bother me. But now let's go ahead and check out the points and the team stats. Braden Point leads the team in points. Brock Besser with 97 points on the second line, only getting 21 on the power play. So, man, the dude had 76 even strength points on the second line, my guys. This dude balled out and is now back up to an 88 overall and is not complaining at all about his ice time. That is the kind of guy you want to see on your team. If we go just to forwards now, Aginla. So the big 3 of Point, Besser, Aginla split up, but still getting all over 90 points. Aginla finished with 59 goals. That's probably how Point got so many assists. I mean, you got to put shooters next to Braden Point, and that was my goal with getting Victor Arvidsson. He's just a pure playmaker. I mean, 96 offensive awareness, 95 passing, 95 puck control. I mean, the dude is insane. These stats are insane. If it wasn't for his physical, he would be way higher than a 93 overall. And I think Braden Point was one of the best gets we've ever had. Brock Besser, also a great get. Aginla, good draft there. Mike Hoffman with 87 on that second line. he's finished with 42 and 45. So 40 and 40 there for Mike Hoffman on the second line. And Victor Rask, who I believe we did just sign this past season, put in a really good performance there for us. Josh Hosang played on the fourth line for the second part of the season. I think actually, or maybe he played on the third line. And I think he actually improved. I think he did very well. We have Victor Arvidsson here, who finished with a +5, so that means he was a +16, and finished with 22 points in 34 games. Doesn't shoot a ton, it seems, in his career as far as the sim is concerned. He's dropped off in shooting, and considering this is the most ice time he's had since then, well, he's on pace for a good chunk of points there. If he's probably in the 60-point range, 50, 60-point range. So he's really a second liner that is accurate. He is expiring. No, he's got one more year at 4.25, but that's a really nice contract. Burakovsky there and Dickinson both hit 30. Bukestad only hit 24. Bukestad, kind of disappointed there, my guy. Very disappointed because of his recent individual performance. And I think, what do we have him signed for? Another year, 2.85 is not bad, so hopefully he can pick it up. Cirelli finished as a +2. Cirelli a -1, excuse me. Stevenson is a +2, and Lemico with only 8 points. Defensively, Johan Edler with 66 points, Rasmus Dahlin with 59. Those guys absolutely studly pairing. Gustafsson played with Fleury for the second part of the season, as I think everybody improved their +- from where it was when we last checked, and that kind of goes to show our incredible run. John Gibson, I think, also improved his save percentage by .002. And his goal against average, I can't remember. But I know Greiss did do better. So a good season from Greiss, average season from Gibson. Love to see it. Love to see those stats. It looks like a good team. I think we are going to make some noise in the playoffs, especially now with our current setup. How did we do across the entire league? Braden Point was 5 points off of Sidney Crosby's #1 total. Oh, and perhaps we have a Rocket Richard winner on our team. And as a matter of fact, he is going to split it with Ovechkin, but I'm going to give it to him because he got 1 more assist. He took 5 more shots, though, so, you know, it is what it is. Took some more penalty minutes as well. Who dished the puck the most? Is it going to be, yeah, it was Braden Point. 80 assists. Dominic Cahoon on the Penguins absolutely destroyed. Good for you, Cahoon. But Point with 80 assists, 20 goals as well. That is an amazing season. Best +- who was out there at the right time was John Carlson, Mikhail Sergachev, and Ovi. So lots of Russians. I know Carlson's not Russian, but the rest of them, interesting. If we go ahead and just take a look at defensemen, Johan Edler's probably not going to be up there. Actually, he is. He's up there higher than I thought he was going to be. But Erik Karlsson, again, absolutely just has been destroying. 70 points, 89 points in season #1. He's helping the Sharks become a force. They did drop off, though, so I wonder if age is starting to catch up with them. If we take a look at goaltenders now, go ahead and jump a few games there, and it probably is Vasilevsky, or is it Martin Jones? I mean, come on, I'd give it to Frederik Andersen. Like, let's be real here. He had 40 wins, and he won 2/3 of his games. The next best is Vasilevsky, but man, is it? Oh my God, Mackenzie Blackwood. I'm so sorry. Is it that? Ooh, this is a really. I think I'd still give it to Frederik Andersen. I can't. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to Frederik Andersen. We'll see what the game does. Who's gonna take home the Calder this year? It's not gonna be Joey Keane. It's gonna be Jordan O'Donnell, drafted in the first round, first overall this past season. 83 overall, put up 55 points. Good future for him. Trevor Wong, somebody maybe to build around there in Nashville. They finally have a center. -32 on the Buffalo Sabres is Cole Perfetti. So Rasmus Ristolainen now as a partner in who can get the most minuses. So there we go, guys. That is all the time and all the recap for season #4. But we will see who we will be taking on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be... Who did I say? The Stars we were going to take on? It is Chicago. That's right. It is Chicago. The Stars just squeaked into the playoffs. They will take on the Avalanche. We will take on the Chicago Blackhawks. Patty Kane and Jonathan Toews back for one more go at it. I believe Patty Kane is a free agent. I actually looked at maybe acquiring him, so perhaps things could have gone differently if I would have gone way more expensive on the trade. But there we go, guys. That is all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.